Can you see that shiny object in there between the flywheel and the dash plate? Well, that is my small set of water pump pliers. Dropped it there a couple weeks ago. Couldn't get it out, so now we're going to tear this cat apart and recover my pliers. At the same time, this here particular machine is the one with the sticking clutch. If you're not careful, you'll just lug everything down until it stalls, because the clutch will not disengage. So when we recover those pliers, we might as well fix the clutch. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. You're watching Bijan Living Like a Boss, and my name's Milt. And yeah, we're busy doing a lot of smaller repair jobs and just fine-tuning of different machines, because I gotta clear these off the slate and move these machines out of my yard, because I've got a couple of well, some more intense recoveries coming up. They're going to be like some of the heaviest recoveries I've done, so I need to get some yard space cleared up here so I can bring stuff in and get it unloaded and see what we're going to do with it. Meanwhile, I got to pull the clutch out of this thing. Okay, I think we got this dash ready. I'm just going to lift it up and over and set it up here, because I don't want to take the water temperature sending unit out of the block and drain the darn antifreeze and stuff. So we're just going to pick it up. Hopefully it'll come. Well, maybe not. Might have to undo that oil line. Now will be a good time, because this oil gauge does not work. I got an oil gauge on the side of the block. This one reads 0, doesn't work at all. So it'll be a good time to change that out. Okay, got that disconnected. That water temperature cable is free, I think. So get back in here. Okay. Attempt number 2. There we go. Well, it looks like it'll lay like that. Now I can get out of here without breaking my leg. And just like that, there's the plier. I'm not going to put it right together just because it got the plier. The main thing is the clutch. We got to get that clutch out of there. All right. This particular transmission cover is actually split. There's a split right there. So I can take off that inspection plate, and I think I'll remove the handle, the clutch handle from across the way there. And all the bolts off. The perimeter here, the lip of this cover has a notch to slide underneath that flywheel of the pony. So once you get those bolts out, we should be able to lift that cover right up off there. Okay, I think I got everything pulled away. I didn't have to take this clutch lever off, but rather I disconnected the whole assembly from inside there. So I'm just going to get myself maneuvered in. Hopefully this is all undone, and yeah, it should lift out of there. good, but we got to take that little oil line off. Always one last little detail. This is just runs lubrication oil from this here cup and drops it in over to the throwout bearing. Okay, well, that dropped right to the bottom. Okay, now we should be able to pick it up. There's our clutch cover. Okay, now all we got to do is we got to undo that big circular ring there, and these 4 bolts on the or 8 bolts, no, 4 bolts on this coupler, and that clutch should just swing right back out of there and upwards. But I think we'll wait till morning and tackle it in the morning. It'll be a little cooler. Well, here it is the next morning, and I'm about to get right into trying to get this clutch out of there, and I'm looking at how dirty it is. It seems like there's a lot of oil or grease, whatever, flinging out of the cogs there at the flywheel. So I was thinking it might be those 3 pins that push the pressure plates apart, or like the springs are missing off them. But now I'm thinking we're just like got a lot of oil or grease on the clutch plate, and that's keeping a suction on everything and stopping it from releasing. So we're gonna take this right apart and see what's going on in there and wash it right up. I'm sure that's what the main problem is just oily. Okay, finally, I think we're out of the hole. I had to pick it up kind of lopsided because it fell. And this is the best I could do because I'm hot and sweaty. And it's kind of a lucky thing I parked this thing in the shade of a tree. That was not in the plan, but it's sure working out good. right, that ugly thing is out on the track. Man, that was a little bit of a effort. I can see where this was not oiled well enough. In fact, it was not oiled at all. It's kind of rusty in there. All in all, the clutch is working fine, but I think it's, well, we got to undo this cinch bolt right here. And you can spin that off, get that right off of there. Wonder if I do have a 3/4 just handy here. Probably not. Well, maybe. Take this snap ring off. Put it somewhere we're not going to lose it. All right, there's that. The Ninja cage off. Yeah, she's a little rusty in there. We'll just see if we can get this. Yeah, it's pretty, it's not shiny, that's for sure. I think if I clean it up, brush it off, and this disc is full of debris in the relief lines there, so probably polish that right off, clean that up, this shaft, and then put it back together. I was thinking that these 3 pins were malfunctioning, but they look like they're in good condition. Boy, this is sure rusty. I'm kind of surprised, but that's the rustiest part of this machine so far that I've taken apart. Whew. Okay, let's have a beer. Testing. 1, 2, 3. I just had to say that. All right, well, we have done a little preliminary cleaning, and this disc, like it's really rough surfaced, smooth surfaced on that side, and has some sort of lines in it on this side. All in all, it's rough and has been sitting, I think, for decades, locked up against these pressure plates, and it's in pretty bad shape. So we're not going to use that. I got this outer pressure plate. I buffed it off quite a bit, but it is pitted. I don't know if you can actually see it, but it's got lots of pitting in it, and it's good yet if I'd send it in and get resurfaced, but I don't think I'm going to have to do that. We're not going to use that. Now this here first pressure plate, the one that goes in, and it has the pin there to mount into the, slide into the pilot bearing and the flywheel, and it's even worse condition for pitting, especially in the one area, in this here area here, all pitted. So that's another thing we're not going to deal with. We're not going to use it. I thought that these maybe these springs were a foul, but they're moving. They're fine. And again, this is still a good pressure plate, but it needs to be refaced. We're not going to do that. Okay, so what are we going to do then? Well, we're going to shunt them all down to the run-amok mine down there in the tickle trunk. And I'll bring over our new candidate. Okay, we were down at the tickle trunk and brought up a few parts. Namely, I got this friction disc, and it's a different style. It has a steel disc in the center. All these teeth are steel, not fiber disc, but it has fibers riveted to the disc, and they look like they're pretty sharp. They're pretty brand new. This gear has been in a flywheel once before, because I can see that there's little wear marks on them, and the cogs are a little thinner than the fiber disc. Anyway, I think I'm going to end up using that particular disc. Now we got a whole complete unit here, and I'm going to take it all apart. I'm not going to use these here pieces, the Ninja cage, and probably not this disc either. It's already got a broken tooth here, and I can see by just looking at it, it looks like it's worn pretty good. Another broken tooth here. So, and another broken tooth over here. So it's not in that good a shape. So I'm going to take this apart and just see what the surfaces look like. I think they're going to be all right. Don't have to treat them. So we'll just remove all that, clean it all up, put it back together, and put all these other parts down in the tickle trunk. All right, we'll bring. Okay, I got this whole clutch assembly moved over to the other end of that workbench, so I can put it in the post vise. And these are the parts I'm going to use. I started cleaning up on them a little bit. The original ones were pockmarked, like full of rust, pockmarks, holes, which would need to be machined. These discs are smooth, but they're heat checked, so I don't know if I'll be able to turn them out and repair them. They're obviously maybe going to be in worse condition than the other ones after they're finished, like refinished. But I'm gonna, until the money tree blossoms and bears fruit, we're just gonna go with this here clutch assembly. It is heat checked, but it's smooth. And I'm gonna put on this clutch disc, and it's pretty thick. Steel center, fiber sections on the outside. And then this here disc is the same. It's got heat checks. I cleaned off quite a bit of the surface rust, and it's just going to pop on down there just like that. And this here is the original Ninja assembly. There's a little tight spot. Oh, there it is. So just got to run that on, and that'll be our reconditioned clutch. So I'm just going to call the end of the video right here. This here is our end of dismantling and moving forward to putting things together. All of a sudden it gets pretty darn hot in the afternoon here, so I'm kind of glad that this cat's been parked in the shade of the trees. Makes it a lot nicer. But anyway, we're just going to call it an end for the video right here, and we're going to pick it back up on the after it's all cleaned up and everything. I still have to pull the pilot bearing out of the flywheel and try to clean up the inside of that flywheel. It does have a fair amount of grease and oil in it, but we're going to try to clean that up, make sure the grease passage and the grease zerk is working, and make sure that bearing has lots of grease. And then we'll start putting her back together, but that's going to be tomorrow. Have a good one. We'll catch up to you again.